setup, different from the regular 5 to 7 minute speech. And I would like to invite our speaker for today, competent communicator Maya, to deliver her speech on Reject the Rejection. Reject the Rejection, Maya.
So, have you ever gone for a job interview and being regretted? Have you ever gone out on a date and been rejected too? You are rejected again and again. Our next guest is an author of a famous selling book, which is Reject the Rejection.
Wow.
The book hasn't been rejected. What qualifies you to talk about rejection?
Rejection is something that most of us go through in our lives. And there were many people who confide to me that it is not the rejection that we fear. It is actually the how to overcome that fear of rejection. You see, most of us fear that something that happened during our recent years. For example, you did not get first in your football match, or you were also rejected on a date. So, you see, what we do is that whenever we face rejection, we stop doing things. One of my most favorite rejection story is by the author called Susan Jeffers. She wrote the book called Feel the Fear. For many years, the book lay in her drawer. She received many rejection letters for her book. It laid in her drawer, to be exact, for 25 years. In fact, she even received a blunt comment who said if a lady was cycling naked on a bicycle and gave a free copy of the book, they wouldn't even want to read the book. But now it is one of the most top-selling books in the New York Times.
I'm glad that no one cycled naked for this book. So, tell me about neurology's linguistic program.
Neurology linguistic program is a kind of a system. It's actually a program that has catered, they did research on this, on the rejection. So what this neuro-linguistic program says is that rejection is something that is within you. It is something that is created in you. For example, you may have experienced something, a form of rejection in your childhood days. So, because of that form of rejection in your childhood days, you carry those fear within you till today. So, that is the neuro-linguistic program. And for example, if you miss out on hundreds of opportunities because you fear rejection. If you don't go for an opportunity, you may not get it, and that is something that is worth remembering. For example, people fear that if somebody rejects us, we fear that our life would be worse. Maybe you ask somebody on a date and you were turned down. That person said no to you. But that doesn't mean your life may get worse if you were rejected yesterday or day after. It is something that's within you, how you treat yourself and how you overcome that fear.
So, I understand the sentiment, but what makes you want to write the book?
I I gave a talk about rejection a year before, 2 years back, and after a year, someone came up to me and said that the topic that I talked about, rejection, had created a big impact on that person's life. So that is why I chose to write the book. You see, there are so many self-help books in the market, but there are very few books that talks about rejection. Rejection is the phase of life that we overcome. For example, if you had a broken relationship, if your ex rejected you, it may take you 1 to 6 months for you to recover that phase. So rejection is a phase of life. So if after 1 or 6 months period, you may have that fear of rejection, but after that period, you may get yourself back on track.
So, have you got tips for a person who has been rejected by a job interview?
Okay. For a person who has got into a job interview, it is the signal that you send. If you think you are going to be rejected, then you will most likely be rejected. It is the signal that you send out to yourself and also towards that person.
So, do you have any plan?
Well, I have a plan, maybe a second book, and I hope it will not get rejected.
Okay, thank you for coming to our DJ .fm.
Let's give Maya a big round of applause. So that concludes our prepared speech segment. The next part of the meeting is for the evaluators and technical role players to give their feedback to the speakers. And just to sum up, finishing strong in life is about taking brilliant steps forward. And I would really like to acknowledge the 5 speakers here today for taking those brilliant steps outside their comfort zone. Let's give them a round. I love what Toastmaster Boogie has mentioned about see what you want and get what you see. Visualize the end in mind. For our second speaker, Astrid, inspired to make a difference. It's really beautiful. Our third speaker, Azrina, I love the fact that you asked us to be disruptive, to innovate and to change. And for Toastmaster Rashad, embrace the change. Be brave enough to embrace those change and to introduce those new practices into the organization to make it all better. And finally, our club president here today, Toastmaster Maya, talks about rejection being the face of life and to be aware of the signals that you give out to yourself and to others in order to overcome this rejection. So thank you so much for such a wonderful and inspiring delivery of your speeches. Now I'd like to pass the control on to Advanced Communicator Gold, Area JC Director, and our